Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Justin. Welcome back to the Mystical Mind State. Today, I want to answer a very practical question, and that's where people can go to deepen their understanding. Where are some of the places where we can find resources to find out more about spirituality? I'm going to talk about the really, really obvious ones first, right? Churches, temples, Buddhist temples, mosques, Kabbalah learning centers. You can even get on Meetup and find like the Tai Chi in the Park groups or like yoga in the park groups. If you live in the Dallas area, there's a Hare Krishna temple here that feeds people for $12 on Sunday, right? They used to do it for free and feed all the homeless people, but the hipsters found out about it. It became a huge part of our spiritual scene here. So you can go into this place and you'll meet all sorts of other like-minded people. You go into a church, you're going to find people that actually believe in God. That's where the believers are. And something I do know about spiritually minded people is any one of them, if they truly walk their path, should be more than willing to answer any questions you have and to help you develop your understanding in God. So never underestimate the value of the centers that we have set up already to go do this. And next I want to talk about Tumblr. Like Tumblr has been an integral part of my my blogging journey, my my putting out material. And what I found in doing so was a lot of other people that, really, really follow their lineage, really, really want to help get the message out. There's a Fiel Sakina, right? I'm probably butchering that. That's why I spelled it out. But this cat's, he follows Sufi Islam, right? Like, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Puts out a lot of really lovely thought. And definitely has a walk with Allah, right? Like the God of his understanding. And I can't get enough sometimes, man. Like he's one of my favorites. Like, and he's constant. He's very, very consistent. Then next on that list, you have like some Balian, right? He's a spiritualist, right? He puts out a pretty broad spectrum of like spiritual practices and like, the deeper truths. But I really enjoy this cat's blog. Like I think he puts out a lot of phenomenal information. And then next you have God's Priestess. She's one of the more well thought out ones. She's a Catholic witch, right? Now you can't trip her up with that because she knows exactly where the lines are. She'll pull out all the scriptures and show you exactly what is allowed and not allowed, like as far as like the craft is concerned. But she believes in God, like genuinely believes. She does a Bible study that's very in-depth where she will break down like line by line by line what the original Hebrew meant, what the original Greek meant, how that applies, how it could be translated in 15 different ways. She's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Plus, she's probably one of the most ask-heavy persons on there. If you don't know about Tumblr, they have asks where you can just like put out questions. And anytime people kind of attack her for the whole like witchcraft thing, she's admonishing with love every single time. I have never once seen this woman lose her temper. And that says everything that I need to know about her lineage, right? And then there's Every Endeavor. Her and I have actually become friends through this process, as have God's Priestess and I. But she's a shamanist, right? This woman has taught me some phenomenal meditative techniques to try with trees, to feel the ebb and flow of energy coming through. Like that's where I got the one that I share about on inside the cosmic mind of God. But she taught me that like aspens are all one living organism and they're all interconnected. I think about her from time to time. Like I watch Tom Chi talk about how like our breaths are all one breath because trees are the opposite end of our lungs. Like we need trees to live. Like they oxygenate everything. And it's actually the second half of our lung system comes from the ground. And knowing that this woman like constantly chops it up about trees and shamanism, like it's one of those things that resonates in my mind now. Plus she's a foodie. So if you're ever in the Chicago area, she'll tell you where all the cool restaurants are, right? Next you have Holy Mountaineering. This guy's a Thelemist, right? So he's one of Uncle Al's kids, if you don't know, Aleister Crowley, right? I know some people are like a little bit off-put by this. He's a Kabbalist with a Q, right? I found these guys, the Hermetic Kabbalists, to be very, very dedicated. They're spiritually grounded in a way that like the other lineages could really, really learn from. The discipline it takes to actually work that kind of spiritual program is rigorous. Like it's not for the faint-hearted. But if you're if you're a paganist or if you're into like the Thelemic philosophy and you're looking for somewhere to go, like this is another cat. Like you can ask him anything and he will answer your questions. Example, like when I asked him about Kabbalah, from his understanding, like he made sure to keep me like in the Martinist tradition. He made sure to keep me in that lineage of thought, as opposed to like diving me too deep into the left-hand path, because he's a respecter of people's spiritual beliefs, right? That says all you need to know about that cat. Like if they respect your belief and are willing to help you deepen your understanding in that way, then like they're not bad. It's the hype is not what it seems like, right? And then next you have Sam's Garden, Panatman Sam. This guy is he's a Buddhist. I'm not real sure what lineage, but in the political season right now, like probably not a great time to look for it, because he gets a lot of ass on that because he's very well educated with political science. But he talks a lot about Buddhist psychology. He talks a lot about like applied Buddhism, like how to integrate it into your daily life, some of the sectarian nonsense that they have, and just really, really brilliant information. Like he's a great guy. He's one I've really enjoyed following, and you should definitely hit him up if you have any questions about Buddhism. Now, obviously, there's YouTube, right? First of all, I wanted to plug a shout out to Think Media, because a lot of what I'm implementing in my videos like is because of you guys. I've been watching you since I started this, and you gave me all sorts of excellent resources. But moreover, you guys share from a very personal place. These guys are talking about tech and what the best cameras to use are and like how to blow up and grow a YouTube channel. But then they talk about their personal lives, the church community, the struggles that they've had with their husbands and wives. It's a very personal, in-depth approach to helping other people live out their best life, to reach their goals. I'm always going to point people in the direction of people that talk like success leaves clues, that give you no nonsense information and speak from a very genuine place. Next on YouTube is Elliot Hulse, right? Like if you're trying to get jacked up and just be swole, like this is the guy. He's been doing it for a decade. Like you've been living under a YouTube rock if you hadn't already heard of this guy. But Elliot Hulse has started several channels now because he's widely successful. Be the strongest version of yourself being his catchphrase. But he's Baha'i, right? So he answers a lot of questions on philosophy, and he talks a lot about spirituality and how to stay grounded and focused and, like be a pillar of your community and like take care of your family first, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just a wellspring of information. I absolutely adore Elliot Hulse, and I highly recommend that you look him up. Now, you can dabble around on like Instagram. I'm not talking about the yoga people on there because those are models. But if you look up like Alchemy with Ambi, she has a podcast, right? And she also has a website, I think it's Soul Astrology, right? It's Soul Astrology. It's a really brilliant model, but it's a more applied version of like astrology. So she talks a little bit about the wonky, but definitely like spiritual alchemy at its core. Another person that really talks about her personal struggles and how she came to be on the path that she is today, right? Just had a really, really adorable baby. He's probably one of the cutest kids I've seen in a while. And then there's like the holistic psychologist, right? She talks about like childhood traumas and very, very Buddhist in her approach. Like I appreciate that, seeing a Westerner think along those lines. But all these resources are free, guys. Like you can get into all of this just by looking around on like social media sites. Like this is the new wave of the future. Like most of us that are actually trying to write books and have other goals, like we're starting here. I mean, my YouTube channel will always be free. I'm never putting ads on this. I'm never putting ads on my website, mysticalmindstate.com. It'll always be free because there are other avenues that people that are trying to be successful, can go about to actually generate revenue, like podcasts, things like that. So a lot of spiritually minded people dump information like this out in the population because they want you to find a walk with God. They want you to go within. They want you to find a fulfilling and meaningful life while you're here in this plane of existence. So beyond that, like if you want to pay dues and actually like learn a little bit more about some of the elder mystery schools, there's Freemasons, right? Have you tried knocking on a door at lodge and just ask them how to become a member? They have one of the oldest and most practical systems of mysticism known to humankind. Also Rosicrucianism, right? You can go to amorc.org. These guys are a wellspring of information. They'll give you weekly lessons, and it's only an hour a week. Everybody has an hour a week. But moreover, they'll put you in with their community. They'll give you an entire catalog of books that you can read. They have a digest they put out. And there's just a ton of information that they share. Plus, you get put in with that community. I guess that's really where I want to leave it, is community. Like Priest Pam always tells me, we are a community people. The more you grow, and the more you progress, and the more you express these ideals, and the more you speak about God, the more you speak about inner transformation, the more you meet like-minded people. As your vibe changes, your tribe changes. So the best way to start is just to get out there and find people in the spiritual community and start asking questions. It's as simple as that. Now, as always, if you have questions, I'm on every social media site known to humankind. You can hit me up on Facebook under Mystical Mind State. I'm on Instagram under the same thing. Brother Hermes is my Tumblr account. You can hit me up on there. I have my website, mysticalmindstate.com. You can mash that button and like and subscribe. I'm going to continue putting out blog information. I'm going to continue putting out these videos. If you have any questions or want to know about a specific topic, just hit me up. I'll make a video out of it. We'll chop it up. I'll answer anything that you would like to know to the best of my ability. No intentional blinds, none of that nonsense. I'm not here to misguide people. I want you to be successful in your walk in life. I want you to find God of your understanding. And to that end, hit me up on any one of these and I'll get up with you. Peace be with you all.